Hello, everyone. This is CRS Podcast, and I'm Nicole Fontes. I work for CRS.
Hi, my name is Aaliyah. I'm a co-host too. And we have a guest today. So, would you like to introduce yourself?
Oh, that's my turn to talk, isn't it? My name
Yeah.
is Noel Obaseki, and I'm a financial protection specialist, and I work for a company called Unisure.
Okay.
So, we've got some questions for you. So, our first one is, can you just tell us a little bit more as to what you do? Because there
A
might be
little
some
bit
that
about.
don't necessarily know.
Okay, yeah, no, sure. So, what I do is pretty much just give financial literacy and financial advisory when it comes to personal protection. Now, what personal protection simply means is things such as the life insurance policy, critical illness, private health insurance, business insurance, and many, many more. So, I do work for a really big wealth management firm. Um, and we are situated in the heart of Canary Wharf, literally across JP Morgan. We're actually at One Canada Square, which is actually the first ever building built in Canary Wharf. So yeah, I don't know if you guys can see it behind, but quite a bit of you there. So just
Yeah.
literally, yeah, on Zoom from the office.
Okay, that's nice. I
Yeah, I
mean,
think that's pretty much it.
you mentioned life insurance, and I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
a lot of us don't really know what, life insurance is. So if you could just explain a bit.
Yeah, sure. So life insurance is a policy. It's a policy that you can have from the age of 18, and it's in the event you wasn't here tomorrow, due to like things such as a terminal illness or just any natural causes of death. What the life insurance policy does, it's almost like it leaves a financial love letter for the people that are left behind. People use it for different or have a policy for different things. For example, if you are a homeowner and you have a mortgage, it's quite important that you have a life insurance policy to kind of pay off the mortgage in your absence. That way, that property can be inherited by, let's say, a sibling or even a child, anyone you desire. People take out a life insurance policy in the event to cover things such as funeral costs. In the UK, funeral averages around 15 to 20,000 pounds. So that life insurance policy, it'll pay out that cash lump sum. You can get up to millions, that you'd want to leave behind. But of course, the monthly premium, which is obviously the monthly contribution to what you pay to the insurer, is going to cost you quite a lot. And yeah, as I said, when it comes, I think ultimately life insurance is all about legacy. It's all about generational wealth. Um, I personally wasn't, born into like a rich family or anything like that. Um, well, I am a father. I have a 7-year-old, and for me, it's not for the fact that I have a child. Um, the honest truth is, if I just wasn't here tomorrow, I just don't want to put my family in any form of financial hardship or leave that financial burden on them. You know, um, Whereas, it doesn't take away the anxiety that, I'm no longer here in the picture, but at least I was able to financially leave them with something. And ultimately, that's what it is, generational wealth. My daughter, if I'm not here tomorrow, she'll have over £1 million, that is entitled to her. That gives her an opportunity to, to see her right through her time in education, invest in her first business, invest in her first property. You know, I've left that legacy behind. So yeah, in a nutshell, that's what life insurance policy is all about.
Okay,
It's really
great.
interesting. You said
A lot.
the age of, like, you can get a life insurance from the age of 18. How would you, I don't know many 18-year-olds that have life insurance policies. So how would you kind of sell that to them? Like, tell them why it's so important to have that?
Well, the honest truth is, right, I have some clients who are actually 18 years old, and they have a part-time job as well as studying as well. Some of them don't study, some of them just, have jobs. Um, Now, I always come at an angle because to some people, a life insurance policy is just all about, they might think it's, oh, you're wishing death on me, or, oh,
Mm.
you know, I don't have any kids yet, or I don't have a house yet. Well, in actual fact, if you are working, the main thing that you need to do is protect yourself. It's as simple as that. Now, there are different types of policies that would benefit an 18-year-old that is working part time. For example, there's one particular policy called income protection. This product literally pays a monthly contribution in the event that, you know, someone is unable to go back to work due to an injury or an illness. So essentially what it is, it's your own personal sick pay or an extended sick pay. Because imagine this, you've got bills that you need to pay, etc., etc. You can't go back to work for a period of time, whether it's 2 months, you know, 4 months, 8 months, or a whole year due to an injury or an illness. What the income protection policy does, it mitigates that risk and it brings that financial security. So it will still allow you to maintain that lifestyle, paying the bills, putting food on your table, getting from A to B. You know, sometimes some of the benefits will pay much more than what your employer pays you.
Okay.
And that's the honest truth. So that's the angle that I, you know, come at or I express to an 18-year-old. That's obviously working. And as I said, you know, it's just not about having children or having a property. I have this thing where I always say you are your biggest asset. If you could insure your phone, your iPads, your gadgets, your laptops, why can you not insure your life, your health, your income?
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense. It does. Makes a lot of sense actually. I mean,
Cool.
so to do your job, so do you have to have like any like special qualifications to be like a financial protection specialist?
No, you know, depending on what avenue and what route you want to go through, there are certain qualifications that you need to obviously have. For me personally, the opportunity was kind of presented whereby the training was provided for me, as well as the training being provided for me. Um, I was able to obviously, you know, do certain um, practical things such as advising people, and you know, so it's just there's different avenues. This all depends on what avenue you're going through. But for me personally, to do the role that I'm doing, no qualification on a piece of paper is required. I always say it's all about the practical side of it, being on the field, experience. Um, I mean, it's really good, obviously, having something on a piece of paper that states that you've qualified to do X, Y, and Z. But at the same time, you know, that's not everyone's story. You know, everyone has different stories and there's different avenues. So yeah, my avenue was a little bit different. The opportunity, as I said, was presented, and now here I am.
Okay. It's good to know.
So no qualifications is needed.
That's good.
So could you talk about a little bit more about your journey and getting to where you become where you are now? Like, protection
Sorry, you're
specialist.
gonna have to speak up a little bit. Did you say
Oh,
that again?
so could you tell me a bit more about your journey into getting into becoming a financial protection specialist?
My journey becoming a financial protection specialist. Well, I'm gonna be absolutely honest. Can I be honest with you guys?
Yeah, definitely. Go ahead.
Because honesty is key, and I like to be very quite transparent. Um, so I have no interest in finance, in business, in any of that stuff. You know, looking back, I was living a lifestyle that, you know, leaves you in two places, either 6 feet or behind bars. And that started from a really young age, from the age of about, what, I'll say I was involved in gangsterism at the age of 9, 10. So from a really young age, you know, getting kicked out of schools, going on the Queen's holiday, if you know what I mean. And it was a process. You know, my actual passion is actually drumming. I'm actually a musician. You know, so from that, I always had this thing of helping and giving back, teaching kids, young people how to play that, and it was a form of expression. Because some of the kids that I was dealing with, I've come across, you know, they were just really frustrated. You know, they had nothing really doing that. You know, and especially from the area that I'm from. So I managed to do that. I managed to bring, you know, a lot of the kids and youths, you know, in the community together. That got recognized. It then, you know, allowed me to work with certain boroughs. So Lambeth Borough, I was doing a lot of workshops with Lambeth and Southwark Borough. You know, at the same time doing, you know, the drumming, I was juggling, you know, being a PE teacher. So from being a PE teacher, again, I've left school with no GCSEs. Yeah, that's the honest truth. I've left school with, to be honest, that's a lie. I left school with one GCSE, which was an AAPE. Everything else kind of spelled fudge. Didn't go to, you know, didn't go to college or anything like that. First year of college, I went to jail. Second year, I got kicked out. Third year, I dropped out, and I was on the road, um, just trying to figure it out. At this point, I would say I was about 18, 19, 20. 21, I had my daughter, and that kind of just changed my whole perspective in terms of what on earth am I doing with myself. You know, the income that I was making, you know, doing the PE teaching and, you know, doing the youth work and the drumming and all of that stuff wasn't really enough. That's gonna, you know, give me to have a certain lifestyle that I wanted. Um, Aside from that, now, you know, after the PE teaching, I went into an estate agent. I was an estate agent, so I was a lettings negotiator for a corporate estate agent. I was really good when it comes to like persuading people and sales, and I've never done it before. It was just something that I kind of just was decent at, and I excelled in that field very quickly. So from a trainee lettings negotiator, straight away I went into management within 6 months because my numbers were off the roof, and I was just always just that hard worker. Unfortunately, got made redundant due to Brexit and whatnot. And I remember I was at a car park on lunch, and it was the worst period ever. I got made redundant from work. You know, it was around the Christmas period. My birthday's in December. All the kids, my nephews, nieces, family presents, and I've just been made redundant. And it's just like, great, what a start to the new year I'm gonna have. Met a lady, and you know, she liked the car that I was driving, and then she asked me what I was doing, and then we kind of got talking. We exchanged numbers, and she said, you know what, I'm gonna make you meet my regional director. Met up with the regional director. Didn't know he had this massive wealth management firm, and he's got hundreds of staff obviously underneath him. And yeah, it's still the same industry, which is sales, and it's obviously a very lucrative industry. I never kind of thought to myself I'd be, you know, in Canary Wharf, really, really, really high floors and mad reviews, just working with, you know, great people, you know, and this is someone that's not had no qualifications, someone that's a reoffender, someone that's got so much on their record, you know. Um, yeah, that's pretty much my story, and now here I am. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, that's great. I mean, you really are like a success story. You came from, you know, a bad lifestyle from when you were younger to, as I saw, the most efficient consultant of the year. So, I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
I saw that. But I mean, I know that everyone listening is going to want some type of advice because from what you came from to where you are now is actually incredible. So, do you have any advice for us?
Um, One thing about me, you know, I've always been just a hard worker naturally, born hustler. Let me just keep it real. You know, from being on the road, you know, making my own money, getting involved in certain things, you know, and then, yeah, I've just always had it in me. So I would say like whatever you are passionate about, like just stay consistent, stay focused, work hard, work smart. You know, I'm a man of faith as well. Do you know what I mean? So there's certain things in my personal time that I do. You know, I read a lot, I learn a lot, you know, and I'm far from, you know, where I want to be, but I kind of thank God I'm not where I used to be, you know. And ultimately, if you have a big why, you know, why is it that you guys will wake up every single day? Why is it you go to work? Why? What is your why? If you can understand your why, and if you know that your why is super, super big, then there's no excuses.
Okay.
You know, there's no excuses. So my advice is just keep your head down, tunnel vision, stay focused, stay committed, you know, work hard, and sky's the limit, man, honestly.
That's great advice.
Amazing.
Yeah.
This might be a very odd question. But I saw on your Instagram that Michael Dapper follows you.
Yeah, that's a really, really personal good friend of mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I've known him from before he became the guy he is today. Like, yeah, yeah. That's a personal friend of mine, literally.
Okay.
I just wanted to.
You just wanted to throw that in there,
Yeah. All right.
yeah. Beans. Are you guys on like social handles yourself then? So I think it's always important. Another thing as well to kind of just to add on in terms of advisory is the power of networking. Like it's amazing, like who and the type of people that you can meet on a day-to-day basis. Like if you don't speak to people, if you're not confident to, it's gonna be really, really difficult. Like the power of networking is so key, you know, and putting whatever it is that you do out there, like on social media, like it's an amazing platform to utilize, you know. So yeah, that's just another thing. Put yourself out there.
It's good advice.
Yeah, hope so.
So actually, talking about social handles, what are
Yeah.
yours to get people connected with you if they need any advice?
Sure. So I am simply just on Instagram. If I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not on like Facebook. I'm not on like what else is there? But I'm on LinkedIn actually, so it's Noel Obaseki. But Instagram is where I'm, you know, very vocal. You know, you'll see the lifestyle of, you know, business and the information and how it benefits people and families and whatnot. And then you'll just see a bit of personal, like me, you know. So yeah, my Instagram is at secure.yours with an S at the end .financial. That's it. Literally that at secure.yours.financial.
I mean, I'll put your socials down, you know, for everyone to click. They can go see your Insta, see a bit of you.
Cheers, that would be much appreciated.
Definitely. But I mean, Elliot, do you have any more questions?
No, I think this has been amazing.
I mean, I learned a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you. Didn't know anything about insurance before this at all. I didn't know I could get insurance at this age. Yeah, I know it sounds crazy, but I did it. So
How young are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 18.
Yeah, 18.
18. Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I mean, as I said, 18, believe it or not, there's so much that's out there for you. You're an adult. It's part of adulting. Insurance is literally part of adulting. You know, it's not interesting, but it's important.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you know what I mean? And especially if you want to become like really successful, this is one of the key things to success: getting a life insurance policy, legacy building, generational wealth. That's like the burst. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Full beans.
Okay, then. I mean, I really enjoyed this talking to you. I'm pretty sure Leah did as well.
Likewise, yeah.
I hope everyone that
You guys are lit.
You think
Yeah.
we're nervous? I was a bit nervous before this.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This has been like our first interview.
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Mm,
So I'm like, so you got to make sure you keep me connected then, so that I can see it and put it
definitely.
out there as well.
Yeah.
You know, that's key.
So yeah. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. I mean, we really appreciate that you came on. I'm
Thank
pretty
you
sure
guys for
everyone
having
who's
me.
listening, you know, actually learned something, which is the point, and it's good that they have. And
Yeah.
so yeah, everyone, you know, thank you for Noel for coming, and
Thank you.
Thank you very
see
much.
you in the next episode.
Thank
Bye.
Peace. Stay safe. See you
Thank
later.
you again.
Bye.